No, Stephen has the hard work, energy, and this is so great.
You know, I gotta say, Amanda Simard is sitting a foot away from me, and I can't hear her.
Yes.
This is a very noisy hall.
This is so good.
And the interesting thing is, this is Kate Graham's team. Kate Graham is only a few years older than you.
She ran an impressive campaign.
She has got a lot of enthusiasm behind her here. It is
I met
very
with her,
noisy.
Yes, I met with her, definitely.
And Amanda, sit tight because we're going to go listen to Kate
Yes,
Graham's
yes, yes.
speech and then we'll come back and
Of
chat.
course.
Here's Kate Graham.
Do you want more? Vous en voulez encore? Do you want more? Yes. I am with you. I am thirsty for more. And I know you are too. As you look at your options and at your party, I believe you are looking for more. And the people of Ontario, they are too. Now let me tell you why I feel that way. When I look at the world around us, I see more and more people who feel as though they have less. They feel like they're less human in a world where walls are being built literally to keep people out. They feel like they have less opportunity, where power and money are increasingly concentrated in the hands of a privileged few. They feel like they have less of a voice in a world where division and anger have become our status quo. They feel like they have less time as the realities of climate change become overwhelming. When I look around, I see people who feel less and less convinced that politics can be a force of good, where the only way for people to show how hopeless and worried and angry they actually feel is by checking out entirely or throwing down with options like Brexit and Donald Trump. Yeah. I see an Ontario Liberal Party that has less too. Less seats than we've ever had. Less votes. Less people who believe in us. Less people who have faith in us and in our ability to do right by them. And that is why we are here. Not just to choose a new leader, but because this is a moment when we cannot afford to settle for less. Yes. Yes. This is a moment where we have to prove that we are capable of giving people more. So, how do we do that? How do we win? You're probably looking at me and thinking the same thing. How does she win? How does this woman, new to our party, no Queen's Park experience, wearing maternity tights while giving the speech of her life, how does she win? You would not think maternity tights would be an applause line, but there we go. This is good. In fact, there are a lot of reasons why people think this campaign was a long shot. But here we are, months later, momentum building with every passing week because it is time for something new. I want to thank each of my delegates, my team, my family, everyone who has believed in me and believed in our ability to come together and build something great, something bigger than all of us. Thank you for believing in me and in believing in what we can do together from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Over this campaign, you've gotten to know the people who are running to lead our party. And I am proud to share the stage with such a wonderful, diverse group. You've heard about the experience and skills they bring. And today, you've heard their stories. So let me tell you mine. I am a small town girl from southwestern Ontario. I'm the child of two teachers who was raised to believe in the power of education and of the picket line. I'm someone who saw firsthand how her neighbors could lose their jobs and their livelihoods when plants closed down because of decisions made hours and worlds away. Someone who knows what it's like to wait tables to pay for tuition. Someone who has spent hours on a congested highway just trying to get from A to B, because in many parts of Ontario, there is no other option. I'm someone who has brought the solutions of her community to the powers that be at Queen's Park, only to see eyes glaze over and doors slam shut. I'm someone who has applied for a job, this job, and found out she was pregnant. And she, someone who knew, just knew, that some people would write her off immediately, an experience so many women have had. I am someone who has excelled in academics, in the public sector, in implementing public policy, in chairing boards and teams and winning awards, and yet was asked every day of this campaign, what makes you think you're qualified? Someone who knows that for women like Kathleen Wynne, there are no second chances. Someone who knows that when women put themselves forward to lead, they will be the target of hate and vitriol, and that some people will say that means we shouldn't put forward female candidates, that they're not electable. But you know what? That is bullshit. Yeah, yes, it is. Yes. Thank you. Yes, yes. Not only are women electable, but they must be elected if we want to solve the greatest challenges that we face. I am here because I believe that politics actually matters. But I am not here because there is anything extraordinary about me. No. I am here because this is a moment that calls on us to do something extraordinary. So if you want to know how can I win, I want you to think about how do we win? How does the Ontario... Yes. How does the Ontario Liberal Party win back the people of this province? How do we give them more? How do we restore their faith in us and in politics and in the power that it can have in our lives? Because that is what we need to do. We have to give them more. We got to give them more than just policy planks and platitudes. We have to give them more than trade up favors and crank up the machinery of politics. We have to do more than fundraise using fear. We have to restore trust in us, in politics, in what is possible. Now, there are those who will say, no, what we need is a fight. What we need is a fighter. But here is the thing. The idea that politics is an all-or-nothing fight where one team wins and one team loses and anything goes if it helps our team win, that is what has turned people off. Yes. Yeah, thank you. this room, all of us in this room, in this party, in this province, in this country, in this world, we are all in this together. And what we need in this world is a lot less fighting and a lot more compassion, more humility, more empathy, more love. Because if we plant, yes, more love, yes. When we plant our feet in the ground and we draw a line in the sand around what matters, we can do amazing things together, and we have. We are the party that rebuilt public education. We are the party that made tuition free. We are the party that eradicated coal, that introduced basic income. We are the party that when we know who we are and we are not afraid to stand up for what we believe, we can be the party that restores people's faith. Yes, we can. We can be the party that empowers people to make decisions in Metcalfe and London and Thunder Bay, not just in the halls of Queen's Park. Yeah. We can be the party that focuses more on the well-being of people than on polling numbers. We can be the party that finally makes Ontario carbon neutral. Yes. We can be the party that once and for all gives kids with autism the services they need. We can be the party that builds a social support system to lift people out of poverty, that doesn't nickel and dime our children's education, and that doesn't just acknowledge the presence of Indigenous land, but acknowledges their rights, skills, and their autonomy. Yes. We can be the party that listens. We can be the party that listens to everybody. I don't care if you joined the party yesterday or you've been knocking on doors for decades. We can be the party that shows you do not win by ripping someone else down. You win by building up every person in this province. Yes. We can be the party that shows ourselves humbled, that understands that people know their communities and their needs better than we do, to acknowledge that we lost touch, and to prove that we can reconnect with the things that people really care about and that rightfully turn people away. We can be the party that shows people that their vote matters, that this moment matters, and it can propel change for the better. Thank you. This is a moment that does not come along often. When we look back at this time, when politics feels so broken, and where the issues that we face feel so great, I want to know that we did everything we possibly could to rise to that challenge. I know what I'm willing to do, but today I am asking you to do something extraordinary. I am asking you to do politics differently, to do more for our province, for our party, more for the people of Ontario, because I am all in. Thank you. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, that's Kate Marie Graham, who just finished the 6th and final speech here at the 2020 Ontario Liberal Leadership Convention. So let's reset. Oh, one more thing she said. I guess she's got time left.
I'm going to leave it all on the table. My friends, there are many in here who are supporting another wonderful candidate in this race. And if we get to a second ballot, this is my final message to you. If you change your mind, I'm the first in line. Baby, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. If you need me, let me know, 'cause I'll be around. If you got no place to go and you're feeling down, take a chance on me. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. I'm here with Amanda Simard, who is the Liberal MPP for Glengarry Prescott Russell. Amanda, there were two things in that speech I've never heard before.
Yeah.
One is profanity.
Yeah.
She said, if you think a woman cannot be elected leader anymore because of difficulties, that's bullshit. That's what she said. And she sang ABBA at the end, and I've never heard that either. What'd you think of that?
That was great. You know, she has so much charisma and energy. I met with Kate, and she's very real. And I think that we need that, you know, to build trust in politicians. That's very important, to be genuine and authentic. People want that, and so I'm really, if she doesn't win today, I would really hope that she wants to be a candidate in the next election, because that's exactly what we need.
She's 5 months pregnant,
Yes.
and I thought that she might be the first pregnant candidate ever, but somebody on Twitter got into me and said, no, Nikki Ashton for the NDP was also pregnant when she ran for the leadership of the NDP, so she's not the first. Tell me this, I want to ask a bit of a more serious question.